An aesthetic body is something that everybody wants, but no one really wants to put in the work to achieve. Now, building that body is something that will take time and hard work, but it's not as difficult as you think it is. It's difficult, but not as difficult as most people put on this pedestal to be. A lot of people just won't even start, won't even consider it because they think it's not achievable. Now, I'm going to go over 3 things that you need to do mentally with your diet and exercise to actually achieve that body that you have set out for yourself. Now, first and foremost, you need to assess yourself and understand which situation that you are in. You need to gain weight, lose weight, cut here, cut there. You know, we're all different body shapes, different body sizes, and we all have to do different things. I can't assess what it is for you. This is something that you have to look in the mirror and do on your own. So next time you go look in the mirror, you understand what you're like, oh, okay, I really need to lose weight, or I'm really skinny, I need to gain weight. And these are all things that we can work towards and change for our future selves. But the thing is, it's not going to just happen magically. It's not going to happen by accident. You have to start today and you have to commit to it. So that leads me to the 3 Ds of having the mentality to have this aesthetic body. Now, the first one is desire. Now, desire is the act of wanting something truly and thinking about different ways to get it. That's basically what desire is. So, if you truly desire a better body, a better aesthetic, to lose weight, to gain weight, to put on muscle, to have abs, then it needs to be a burning passion. You have to think about this throughout the day. It's not just going to be something that like you think about once when you wake up, you're like, oh yeah, it must be nice to have a nice body. You're not going to get it like that. It has to be something you think about multiple times throughout the day and truly put thought and energy into it. Because if you don't, there's very, very low chance that it will become reality. If you want your desires to become reality, you must put thought and energy into it. So that's the first step. Truly wanting this better body. Because if you only like half-ass want it, it's not going to happen magically. So it's something that you need to feel inside of you, that you decide right now and say, yes, this is something that I truly want for myself and can see myself having. Now, that second D that you must have is dedication. Now, why dedication is important is because if in the middle of your journey you decide, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, I quit, I'm fine with where I am, I don't want to see myself better, I don't want to work towards my perfect self, that's what dedication will stop. And you need to have this because it stops you from quitting, essentially. And quitters will never grow as people. That's the simple truth of it. If you decide to set out a goal for yourself and you're not dedicated to that goal and it's just a half-assed goal, like, yeah, maybe I'll do it like 2 days a week, you know, who cares? You're never going to hit that goal. It's not something that you will ever achieve. So desire and dedication go hand in hand. But dedication is more that you will show up every single day. You will set time aside to work on what you need to do. And throughout your day, you will watch your habits and your actions and make sure that they are in line with reaching your goal. So dedication is also a very important one. And now, the last D is by far the most important, and that is discipline. Now, discipline is essentially what ties everything up together. Because if you have no discipline, you will have no reason, essentially, to go ahead and not eat that cake, to go ahead and do 50 push-ups. If you don't have the discipline to tell your mind that, you know, this is something that we need to do to improve ourselves and our life, then you're just not going to have any reason to do it. It's not enough to want something. It's not enough to agree that you're going to do it. You actually have to tell yourself and convince yourself that this is what's right for us, and we're going to suffer in this moment so that in the future we can have a better version of ourselves. And that's all that discipline is. Suffering in the present, or it's not even suffering, it's just really making the right choice in the present so that in the future you could see the results that you want to see. Now, learning discipline is a whole different story, and it takes a lot of energy and time to do. It's not it's not an easy thing. It's actually very difficult to change your habits to become more disciplined because of all the, instant gratification and short-term bullshit that society has fed us. So discipline is something that I think every person, every man needs to have if they want to become a stronger, better version of themselves. Discipline, it's really the gateway to, choosing and controlling your actions and thoughts. So these 3 Ds are very important because without one of them, it all falls apart. Now, like I said, it's not going to be easy. These 3 obviously will take time, energy, and effort to maintain and become a habit in your life. But I truly believe that if you believe in yourself, you will be able to adapt to all of these, and you'll find yourself doing the good things. Now, with that being said, the 3 Ds are done. We can move on to the next thing, which is your diet. It's another D, I guess, but diet is a whole separate thing. It's not a mentality. It's something that you need to change for the better. You need to look at your diet and you need to understand the flaws. The top 3 things that I would stay away from are sugar, anything fried, and also junk food. So if you're like snacking, if you're a big binge snacker, you need to cut that shit out. You need to straight up cut it out, replace it with something beneficial to yourself, like fruits. Popcorn's good, if you're a big snacker. If you're not, that's good, you're already one step ahead, because most of the fat that we comes from like chips and fried food that we eat. Those are the worst things for yourself, your body, your mental health. Anything fried and that's like saturated fat, those will destroy your chances of having a nice body. Like, genuinely, you need to cut all that stuff out. You know what's good for you and what's not. Obviously, having servings of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins such as chicken, salmon, meat is good too, any kind of beef. You need to be having whole foods. So those 3 are great. Eggs are a very good, important one to have. And then for your like carbs and stuff like that on the side, quinoa is very good, brown rice. And the worst thing you could possibly do is to drink sugar. So any sugary drinks, you need to cut it out and replace it with water and tea. Coffee is fine too. So these 3 things are what you should essentially only be drinking. A lot of water. Water is very, very important. Water flushes everything out. Water creates new cells. Water will literally decrease the fat in your body. So you need to be drinking at least like 6 to 8 cups a day. That's recommended. I would say drink as much as you want. Drink more than what's recommended. Yeah, so for example, a good breakfast would just be like a couple scrambled eggs. You could have some fruit on the side, avocado or something like that, with a cup of coffee. And what I recommend doing is intermittent fasting. So what this means is that you don't immediately eat when you wake up. So you just skip breakfast, go later in the day, have whatever. If you're feeling really hungry, then you could go ahead and make your like steak and quinoa or chicken, brown rice, whatever salmon you want to have. Or if you're deciding to have like a breakfast, that's fine. Have your breakfast, have your eggs with coffee or whatever, and then push your lunch into like a lunch dinner and have it a few hours before you go to bed, and really make it a protein packed meal. Because in between this is going to be your exercise period. Now, moving along from diet, there's a lot that goes into that, but that's just the main gist of it. You need to be replacing the bad with the good. You know what the bad is and you know what the good is. And I know it can be difficult because fast food is so easy to obtain and it's just like boom, pay and done. But you really need to get into the habit of cooking your own meals at home and really eating whole food that comes from animals, because that will give you the most nutrition and make you feel the best. And I speak from experience. I used to love fast food. I used to eat that shit all the time. Now if I have it, my stomach will be like killing me. I can't even smell it anymore. It's disgusting to me. And that's why I feel so great all the time and have the energy to, do the difficult work. So with that being said, now comes the exercise. So like I said, you either need to gain weight or lose weight. Those are the two things. You're either skinny or you're fat, right? If you're skinny, you need to be eating a lot of protein, a lot of whole protein, and then heavy lifting or body weight training. So push-ups, I recommend push-ups to everyone. Push-ups are what I did the most. Push-ups are what I still do the most, and it's something that I will never stop doing. So at least 5 times a day, do the maximum amount of push-ups. I don't care if you can only do 5. I don't care if you can only do 10. If you could do 100, it doesn't really matter. Just the maximum. And when I mean maximum, I don't mean, when you start feeling pain. I mean, like, start feeling pain. Understand that pain is okay and that suffering is only going to last a few seconds, and push through it until your arms cannot push you up anymore. Don't create a number in your head and stop. Just keep going until that moment. And do that once every hour. And you will see the results. Very, 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 very highly recommend this. Push-ups will make your chest nicer, give you nicer triceps. You can even do it like for your shoulders. Your shoulders will be looking great. You'll have a broader back. You'll feel more energized. You'll feel like a better person. You'll feel like a better man. So push-ups, highly recommend. If you want to do abs are a whole separate thing, but one exercise I recommend are your knee to elbows, where you just kind of twist like that. Those are awesome. Those will work everything. Again, same thing, max amount 5 times a day. If you just do these two, literally with just these two, no gym, nothing like that, you will see results. Now, if you really want to get bigger, I recommend getting a gym membership. And a lot of people are intimidated by the gym, whatever. It's really nothing to be worried about. Honestly, people are always like in their own head, worried about themselves. They got their own problems, their own family issues, their own breakups. So if you think people are judging you, they literally just make a first impression and that's it. And if you truly want to gain their respect, get in there, whatever situation you're in now, if you're skinny or you're fat, and either gain weight and put on muscle, or lose that weight and drop, and watch how these people will respect you. Make it your goal to impress them, not just like to impress them, but like to show them, wow, like look at this guy and look at his dedication, look at his desire, look at his discipline. And that's what will get people to like really put their eyes on you. Once you put these 3 Ds into effect, along with diet and exercise. So with that being said, after that just comes maintaining. Maintaining is just continuing to do what you do. Like me, I'm really just maintaining. I still have a lot of work to do, but I also got to maintain and keep the body that I have right now. So I can't just get this body and then it's over and I could go down like 12 donuts. It's not how it works. You got to continue to do it every single day of your life. It's not just a one and done process. It's really a lifestyle. And I enjoy it now. I enjoy, getting down and doing these push-ups. I don't dread it, because now it's like it's something I'm doing to push myself. And it's a really great feeling. So that's all I got for today. Really, if you have any questions, leave them down below. And yeah, good luck everybody. Peace out.